Okay, well I'm here in the kitchen garden polytunnel at the moment, so I thought I'd just take you on a little tour. It's June, and we've already had quite a few crops out of here. The polytunnel itself only went up in March, and it's got a nice apex on it, double doors, so door each end, path down the middle, which I've still got to cover with gravel, but haven't got around to it yet. And it's been quite successful. So because it only went up in March, everything's perhaps a little later than it might have been in another year. But I've already had some salads, some radishes, loads of lettuce and salad leaves out of here. But there's a few other things growing on which I thought I'd show you. So we've got a little collection of kales here, some old, some new, which I'm trying. A few familiar varieties like Nero di Toscana, easy for you to say. There's another one called Red Devil. There's another one called Scarlet, and there's a very interesting batch just here which is called Duo Mixed, which I haven't tried yet, but it's a decorative type of kale, and I'm hoping that these green ones will eventually be frilly green with white leaves and green frilly edges. There's also a red one. I haven't got quite so many of those, but see if I can find one of those for you just here, which I'm hoping eventually will have nice cerise pink midribs. So that's one that you can not only eat, it's supposed to be very sweet, this mixture, sweeter than normal kales, but hopefully it'll also be pretty enough to go in a border. Then moving along, we've got some spring onions here. Got them growing in the ground, and also if I just pan around here, we've got them in trays. The ones in trays are growing quite quickly now, doing really well. Bit of a slow start, as you often get with spring onions, but growing on fast now. While we're over here, we've got carrots, a couple of varieties of carrots in tubs. Did really well with these last year, so I'm hoping, high hopes for these, and I should be sowing some more soon as well for some late roots. What else have we got? Got a few plants of borage, which might seem a little unusual, but because we're in a polytunnel and we're growing flowering crops, as you'll see, I want to try and get the bees in here. So I've not only got those, but if we pan down here, there's some basil there as well. Here we've got some climbing beans mixed with tagetes, so I'm hoping that when they start to flower, the tagetes will help pull in the bees and the other pollinators. Might also help keep the black fly off, and you'll see we've also got some nasturtiums in here as well to help do that. Towards the back there we've got some cucumbers. That's an old variety called Telegraph, which always does really well for me, so nice big salad cucumbers, looking forward to those. Moving down the bed, we've got a few poor little, can't hardly see them actually, poor little peppers here. Sown a bit late, I'm afraid, and went in the cold soil a little bit too early, so I've learned a lesson there, and I'm going to grow them on in pots for longer before I plant them next year. Hopefully we'll get some peppers though. It's a chili pepper, just cayenne. Got some nice nasturtiums there, which has got nice peppered variegated leaves, and again I've planted those next to my beans. A run of beans here, hard to get them all in the picture, but that's one which is called Black Emperor, which is an old heritage variety, and I'm hoping that the nasturtiums will help pull in the pollinators, but also keep off some of the black fly, which are inevitable. And the Black Emperor are just starting to flower, so we're getting some nice flowers on them now. Nice, beautiful, pretty orange flowers. I might need a paintbrush to help pollinate these early ones. Moving on, over here, various other things. We've got courgettes growing here. This is one called TriStar, and there's one next door, another TriStar. They're a green and yellow variety, so I'm hoping I've got one of each. Over the back, more tomatoes, but particularly a tomato in the corner, Heinz 1370, a bush type. You can see loads of stems coming out there. But interesting, I think, because I was actually given the plant in February, and it's sat on my windowsill. It's obviously far too cold to put it out in the polytunnel. In fact, I hadn't even built the polytunnel then. So it sat on my windowsill for a couple of months, and of course got very stretched, very leggy. I was just going to take the top off and use it as a cutting, but decided, I picked up a little tip on the internet that said if you plant the bare stem, you'll actually get a more vigorous plant. So that's what I did, and it certainly worked. You can see loads of shoots there, and there are some tomatoes actually forming further down. I don't know, but amongst all this foliage, you might just pick out a little stick down here. There he is, and that actually marks where the root ball is planted, and the actual plant is about 2 feet the other way, and all that stem in the ground is going to produce roots and hopefully produce a bigger crop for me. Moving over quickly, we've got some Shiraz sugar pod peas with beautiful flowers, really lovely, growing fast, and I hope they're going to start producing soon, and again need to get the bees in. More courgettes. This is one called Piccolo, and it's a round fruited courgette. I think if we move over here you might just see the first one, and I'm very proud. There he is. I'm looking forward to trying that. A bit small at the moment, about the size of a cherry tomato. Moving on, trying some sweet corn in the tunnel this year. One called Bodacious. It's going to need help with pollination because, as you know, wind pollinated, so planted them in a little block, and I'm hoping that we can get the air through with the open doors. So we've got a door at each end, so open doors each end, pull the air through, but also I'll be going and tapping them as well. Here we've got my entry for Marvin the Marrow in our competition. We're calling this one Mervyn. He's just flowering, so he's behind the real Marvin, which my colleague Emma is growing. But I hope you're entering our competition this year as well, and you've got your long green bush marrow seeds, and you're trying to grow the biggest marrow along with us. Just nearby we've got some lettuce, some salad bowl lettuce, a second batch this. We already had a first batch. We've got some mixed salad leaves, which have been very tasty, and some of the best rocket I've ever grown. It really suits a polytunnel well, does rocket, and it's lovely, lovely soft growth, soft leaves in here. We've got some lamb's lettuce just next to that. Not a great deal of taste, but a lot of a good addition to bulk up a salad and good nutrition. We've got some little gem lettuce there, and here finally another Marvin, another long green bush marrow, which I'm going to smash the record with, I'm hoping. Perhaps not, but we'll give it a go. And that's it. That's a little roundup of what we've got in the polytunnel in early June.